Y'all, walk one. Tis your boy, Jeton Legendary, and we are here with a Skyrim photo session. Peoples, this is the Frozen Waste. Okay, this is where I took all three of my characters and I went to frosty zones with mostly frosty themed gear. We have my newest character, okay, Vivian. She ain't got a build yet, so she's just Vivian at the moment. Then we got Naday the Archer, and then we have Shay the Botanist. With that being said, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button and notification bell. Show your people join Legendary Clan support channel to become legendary. I do all things photography and cinematics, virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, make sure you check out Instagram. That's where I upload most of these photos, DeviantArt, and soon Patreon for the stuff that's just a little too much for Instagram and YouTube and all that good stuff. With that being said, oh yeah, make sure you check out the music channel too. That's where you hear all this background music from. And I have a gaming channel if you want to check that out. I don't upload like super often. A lot of shorts though, a lot of shorts. But look, let's go. All right. I gotta figure out where the fuck I'm going. This is a low-level character. I just made this lady not too long ago. Well, as of recording, by the time this is released, I've made this character probably a week ago, but by the time this is released, it's probably been like a month now since I've created this character. We need a good icy spot, but I don't know a whole lot at this low of a level. Problem. Guessing my best bet would be to take her to Solitude. Already got her outfit, or not Solitude, Windhelm. Well, actually, Solitude is decent. I'm mostly looking for something mountainous. I'm thinking, yeah, Solitude is a decent grassy area. Windhelm is where all the ice is, and Dawnstar cold as well. I'm thinking Dawnstar because there's a ruin around here somewhere. Yeah, I think Dawnstar should work. So boom, this is my newest character, okay? This is Vivian, alright? Now, her name is because I attempted to recreate my Cyberpunk character. Problem is, you don't really look like her, but she does look great, so there was absolutely no way I was going to delete her. I dang near got the moles on point, dang near got the freckles, but obviously, you know, faces and noses and all that is different. But it did create a great looking character, so can't be too disappointed. Trying to recreate a Cyberpunk character just so happened to make a great looking character. Although her hair is clipping pretty bad, I never noticed it. Take me to fucking... What did I say, Dawnstar?
Climbing back and we'll be off.
Climbing back and we'll be off.
Oh, steady.
I already got the fit ready to go. Got some Death Knight gear from Warcraft that I'm gonna be using. I'm like, this is perfect for the frosty terrain. I'm not really sure who else I'm gonna use though, although the intro will tell you. But I haven't really figured it out right now at the moment. Hopefully the mic don't sound too bad. I am standing up here. Gotta let the legs breathe, you know. Gotta let the legs breathe. You know what, actually, now that I'm remembering, it actually sounds better with the mic up like this. I think I said this in an earlier episode, but this is because of, because the mic isn't sitting directly on the table, which is kind of dumb anyways, because I got a boom on, yet I still sit the mic on the table, which I guess isn't too bad considering one of the legs on my mic finally broke after like 5-6 years. But hold up, man, let me find her a spot real quick. We'll be right back. Man, talking about snitch or double cross, and he gon' what? I don't think you understand, son.
I'll kill you, I mean it.
You ain't killing nothing. Oh, I missed. You ain't killing nothing. How the fuck? You ain't killing nothing. Really? I'm about to say, one of these days we'll land a hit. Well, like I said, this is a new character. She ain't got no dang skills yet. How about snitch? Double cross and I'll kill you. Bro, you understand? I mean, we got the Death Knight of the Frost. Check it, wait, hold on. Check the fit real quick. We got the Death Knight axe. I got the Death Knight helmet. Alright. Those aren't the Death Knight boots, but I wanted to use those because they kind of match. As a frosted warrior, I feel like it would make more sense. Plus, it's got the gray hair, so like a dead frosty warrior. For the rest of the characters, though, obviously they'll be having full boots because they're not gonna look like Death Knights. And the last thing you want is to be, you know, having oh snap! I just backhanded my mic on accident. Last thing you want, you know what I mean, is to be, well, it's still Skyrim, so back up. See that crazy spark? What the heck was that? I've never seen no spark before. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to come bring the character here. This is good. What the heck is going on with the axe? Apparently the animation of this, the scale of this axe is a lot larger than you're able to see. He ain't got no stamina. Is these bandits? I like this spot. I want this spot, but they're in my way. Hunter? Dang. Just two folks trying to live their life, you know? I ain't gonna bother them. Who the fuck are you?
Did you see someone run past just now?
Oh yeah, here your bracer's back, brother.
Yes. How did you get this? Never mind. It's not much, but it's something.
My man's just running around here with a diaper.
Murder him.
You already did, brother. Yeah, I like this spot right here. Get to see a good view of the sun. Fully see the character. Not that that would be hard to do, because I did make her pretty short, because I was trying to recreate my cyberpunk character. Yeah, this is good. This is a good spot right here. This is a good spot. You ain't gotta kill the, you know, innocent hunters for no dang reason. Although my mic is right in front of my screen, so I can't see the photo mode. There we go. You know, the whole point of a boom arm is to keep the mic out of the way. Apparently, after all these years, I still don't know how to use a boom arm properly, but anyways. Okay. You have to find a lot of warrior poses here. Oh, there goes the coloring we need. Actually, let's add a little bit more. Oh, that is fucking gorgeous. Alright. Depth of field, of course. Main focus is thine character. That's it. I mean, ain't gonna get no better than that right there. Ain't gonna get no better than that right there. Can't see her face, so we don't have to worry about face poses. Oh, I didn't pull her weapon out. I messed up. What was that sound? We'll have to back up because she, you know what I mean, underneath something else. Oops. I mean that. Just got done messing around with a random set on my main character Aaliyah, and I was like, wait a minute. I needed one more game to complete this month with Tuesday's photo sessions. I was like, you know what? Let me hop on Skyrim and do the Frozen Waste session, which is what we're doing now. Our character, Frozen Zones. I was gonna make her a little bit more pale, but I forgot her skin tone is semi-custom, so I don't want to lose that. Obviously, I don't have to save the game, but I'm also not willing to test that out. I don't know how many big man poses we have down the line here. These are not weaponary warrior poses, you know what I'm saying? These are regular old modeling poses. Some, oh, that would be kind of tight. Sitting on the edge. Need some more warrior poses though. But yeah, let me do this joint. I don't know who I'm gonna use yet though. Like I said, the intro will say, but I haven't actually wrote down who I was gonna use for this episode. I kind of forgot. I mean, we're on her already. I'm kind of just thinking the characters who would work and look the best in the frosty zones. But then again, at the same time, you're stuck in the frost. It's not about who looks the best in the frost. It's about, you know what I mean, who's best surviving in the frost, you know? And I have absolutely no clue who that would be, so it doesn't really solve much yet. I figured this character, she would look great in the Death Knight gear. She's got a very sturdy build. Therefore, you know, she'll rock properly as a Death Knight. But everybody else, I'm not sure yet. Although I do have characters who are much bigger. I'm thinking I'll probably use just a lot of the newer characters. So her, the last Latina character I made, maybe one OG. Probably be my hunter. I ain't did my archer. I ain't did nothing with her in a hot minute, so kind of cool to do something with her. We are not getting the poses that we need, but at the same time, I'm also not complaining because I mean she looked great, so whatever works, works. Yeah, I ain't did nothing with my archer in a hot minute, so I'm probably gonna use her. That is my oldest living character still. Then it's the big yellow lady, Arana, my sun elf. Then it's her. The rest of these characters came after. So for the newer folks, yeah, I mean, you're probably like, yeah, I mean, who is your oldest characters? Okay. My two oldest characters. See, I had 2 seasons of characters here on Skyrim. My first season of characters, 90% of them, 98% of them no longer exist. Because one simple reason. They were kind of fucking busted. I don't know what I was thinking back in the day when I made those characters. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I was thinking. We're gonna do 5 without the weapon, then we're gonna do 5 with the weapon. That's how I usually regulate things. Okay, all them original characters I made back in the day, atrocities, okay, crimes. So much so to the point that I'm probably gonna end up deleting a lot of their pictures because I would never use them. Unless they're the ones that are just really, really pretty. Like the one I did with my old Dark Elf warrior or shield maiden where she's like out in the middle of the field, but the lighting the lighting and the execution I put on that was too good to delete that, even if that character was semi-busted. But I mean, none of those images are really close to her anyway, so you can't really see much of the character, so it's all good. Oh wait, hold on, I forgot we gotta stay way back here, you know what I'm saying? I just recently, my fool self, I ain't gonna lie, I did a Cyberpunk episode where one of the characters was wearing a lot less than normal, so I did some censoring. I will never do that again. That crap took ages. I forgot how long it takes to censor stuff. I was editing that for, shoot, maybe 14 hours. That crap sucked. I know some people are probably like, oh, that's not too much. Well, see, the thing is, I didn't have to do it. If I would have just made the character wear a somewhat more of a normal outfit, although I was going for a very specific look, because it was that was a pinup episode, so I was doing I was recreating a photo I saw for, of a real life pinup set that somebody did. Oh wait, hold on, I messed that up. I didn't realize the light wasn't shining. Of an actual pinup set, so I wanted to make it look somewhat like that, which it did. It came out absolutely amazing, but the censoring process, horrendous. Now, it's funny because I actually rendered 2 variants of those videos, one that was uncensored and one that was censored. The one that was uncensored did not get hit with it didn't get hit with the age restriction, so I didn't have to edit it. But in the past, in the future, when I put ads on it, more than likely that's where the issues are going to arise. It's going to be like, oh, you can't put ads on this because such and such and so. So I'm like, okay, we got to fix that. You got to think about the future, you know what I'm saying? The future was saying, this ain't going to work. So I censored it. Took a hot dang minute. Next time I can run some ads though, it'll do great. Ads are an integral part. You'd be surprised at how many YouTubers, large YouTubers you watch that put ads on their videos. Ads are an integral part of growth. If you want to, you know what I mean, one of the biggest ways to growing in life is, you know, investing in yourself. Ads is that. I would like to be able to put ads on that video in the future, so Had to hit it with the sensor, even if it did take 14 hours. You know what I'm saying? 14 dang hours, brother. But it was worth it. Like I said, when I can drop some ads on those stuffs. They'll do great. The whole point. It's like there's a dude I always see pop up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure his name is Juicehead. He shows a lot of Cyberpunk, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't like watch his channel, but I've seen it in a few of his videos, and it's usually Cyberpunk. I've seen many of his ads pop up. Many. I'm like, see, this is what I be saying. Gotta have them ads, baby. Ads are important. You know what I mean? You combine ads with your natural growth, you can build a community faster. A lot of people be getting confused too and thinking that when you're buying ads, you're buying bots. Not on YouTube. On Instagram, maybe. But not on YouTube. Especially if you're getting ads directly from Google, or if you're on Instagram, you're getting ads directly from Facebook. It's actual people that are watching your stuff. Now, if you make the mistake that I made, let your indecisiveness call the shots, or you can ruin that. I paid a fair amount of money for ads, gained quite a bit of subscribers just to delete every dang thing and then re-upload and then delete and then re-upload again. So that's why my stuff now doesn't do super great. I mean, it's decent. I can't complain. It's definitely building. Not like we're stagnant. It is definitely building. Oh, the axe. We gotta pull the axe out. See what we can get with the axe here. You know what I'm saying? It's building. It'll be a slow process, but I'd rather it be slow than non-existent, because some people be uploading videos to like 2 million subscribers getting only like 50,000 views per video on Crip. That is one reason. I mean, that's specific. That's very specific stuff, though. That is usually the people who go the easier route within content creation. You know what I'm saying? That's your commentary channels where you're just talking about other people the entire time. My thing is, though, with commentary channels is I do not give a crap what so-called famous people are doing. Not even by the slightest, okay? So for me personally, I personally could not ever do a commentary channel. That means I would have to be doing research on somebody else's life. I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's bad, you know, do as you wish, but me personally, you feel what I'm saying? Oh shoot, I almost popped the dang earbuds out of my ears. I would much rather be doing what I love the most. That is my photography. Like I said, once I get me I'm looking for some good SD cards and a batteries for my camera. I'm trying to do a lot more searching on other people's lives, and you know that crap take forever. It's not like it's just something that happens. Don't just wake up and get a full scoop on what fucking, you know, whoever famous. I don't be knowing people's like that, but whatever TikToker, whatever Twitch streamer, whatever YouTuber is doing, that's not just something that just happens. That's something you got to search up yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't just wake up with a fucking news article telling you all the information you need for your YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? That's where, when it comes to my photography, I know where I could go. I know what I need to do. I know what pictures I want to take. It's simple because it's what I enjoy. That's the thing. You enjoy something, it feels simple. The other people, it might not be so simple. But when you enjoy it, oh man, it's simple as fuck. Like it's nothing for me to be doing my pictures like this. Now, of course, I edit these videos down because y'all seeing the entire process to figuring out what outfits I want to use, what characters I want to make. The body switching process, which is like 7 to 8 minutes on its own per body. So what's the math on that? If I'm doing 3 characters and it's 7 to 8 minutes per body, that's what, fucking 20 something minutes just to switch characters. 20 something minutes just to switch to a different character. But for me, it's nothing. It's simple. I'm gonna do it any dang ways. You know what I'm saying? If you really love something, it's always gonna feel simple. That's the beauty of it. Back in the day, not back in the day because it wasn't super long ago, but probably like 7 months ago, I had made a video on my Warcraft channel letting people know, like, I'm probably not gonna be playing Warcraft no more. And that was because back in the day when I would record a Warcraft video, I would hop in a BG and do some PvP. It was normal. It was simple. It felt like I actually wanted to be on and do it. As we're nowadays, it ain't the same. Unfortunately, like I said, indecisiveness and fear brought me back to the channel because I didn't want to see it die. But at the same time, it's like, if you waste so much of your time doing something you don't care about, watch a lot more than some dang World of Warcraft YouTube channel die. Watch your life just fly on past you as what you could have had gone. Decided that you're afraid to lose the only YouTube channel you feel is getting good views and okay money, when the truth is your other channels are easily catching that channel, just doesn't have the watch time yet, which is stupid because I was on the brink of being able to get paid on this channel until I freaking let my indecisiveness crash every dang thing down. That's why I'm pumping these joints out, kind of, sort of, whatever games I'm gonna hop on, of course, not just hopping on any old thing. I need to finish Far Cry. I've been wanting to do Far Cry pictures for so long, but I haven't finished the game yet. I was just on there earlier. I'm probably gonna do some after this because I'm not gonna do a whole ton right now within this time. So I'll probably get on there later, do some crap, finish the game up so I can finally get back to doing some pictures in the island of Yara. That game's photo mode is decent too. It's not this or Cyberpunk, but in terms of graphics, it absolutely is a great looking game. And you can control the time and all that good stuff, so real easy to get stuff done over there. Alright, let's get one last good shot. I actually don't like that one, so let's make that 2 last. Kind of hard to disdain her weapon from her armor in that, so I'm not feeling that one. Not feeling that one. Face her toward the world in front of her. The same, but finish that game. That's like with the gaming channel. I kind of because I still hop on and play various games. What I'm doing over there is more like short form stuff. Stuff that I can record off the bat. Will it do like super well? Probably not, but I'm not looking forward to do super well. It's just whenever I hop on a game and something dumb happens, then I upload it. Or if I'm playing a game with family members and whatnot, and we all goofing around, and it's good, funny content. But like actually going out of my way to do it, probably not anymore. No. I got bigger ideas. Is most definitely my photography. And of course, once this is paying a good amount of cash, then I can start putting money into my channel and getting that back up and running. Though music is not like my main thing, it's far more of a thing that is something I do way more common than, you know, hopping on various whatever game crap. I just made like 3-4 new beats yesterday. Some joints came out heat. All morning while I was setting this character up. Setting this character up. Oh, that's a full 10 right there. Check these out real quick. The quality on this game is why this is forever going to be one of my favorite games to use pictures. The ability to make phenomenal looking characters. The ability to get phenomenal mods for this. I mean, look at this. Huh? Matter of fact, let's add one extra set of photos to this. I don't do scenery pictures on this game enough, which is fucking criminal. Add a little extra to this. Scenery, baby. That's 1. We'll do 5. There's not a whole lot over here I can take a picture of, I don't think. Actually, where are those 2 campers at? Man, they doing a thing out here in these frosty, out here in this frosty wasteland. God dog. They definitely some hunters. They scratched up, boy. Hunting. Actually, I'm gonna face this way. Toward the absolutely gorgeous sunlight. These are them type of things that, you know, me guan do, you know. Shoot. I'm gonna remaster and Witcher. Shoot, I might need to get my hands on that too. Need to get Oblivion remastered too, because I'm sure I can do some amazing photos on that. I got to. I need to get Forza for PC as well. If there's one thing I can't stand with Forza, I fucking love Forza. It's one of my favorite racing games of all time. I've always personally favored Motorsports, but considering what they did to Motorsport, I guess I can't really favor that one quite as much as I used to. Because that new one is weird. I'm not. They brought it back to like Forza Motorsports 3. Not a fan. Forza Motorsports 3 was annoying. Trying to get anything done for your vehicles, you had to have levels for this and levels for that. It's like, oh, man, would you just fucking let me upgrade a dang car? Like going to a repair shop in real life, and they're like, oh, sorry, you don't have the proper ranking you need with Ford in order for us to fix your fucking brakes. You would look at them sheer and utter confusion. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fix my dang brakes. I can't go on the road like this. My wheels are dang near, my brakes are dang near shaved. Because you guys won't fix them. But you still don't have the proper racing rank you need to do that. And then when you finally get your Ford ranking up, you buy a Chevy, and it's like, I'm sorry, your Chevy ranking isn't high enough. And you like, man, you would probably be like, okay, I'm done. Probably grab a bike. But then even then, you still got to be careful, because you go to buy a new Huffy, and they're like, sorry, your Huffy rank isn't high enough. Your McCargy rank is low. Mongoose rank isn't high enough. It's like, man, shoot. The confusion would be high. You wouldn't know what to do any dang more. They brought that crap back. And there's no free roam, if I'm remembering correctly. There's not really much of a free roam. Now, it's been a minute since I've been on there, and I heard that they just recently did an update, so I'll probably check it out. But, yeah, wasn't a fan of it back then, not a fan of it today, especially today, where I have a very low tolerance for farming and hustling and grinding in games. When, you know, I got characters who have far more money than I've ever had in my entire life, and I don't like that. I don't like that, not one bit. It was cool when I was a kid, okay? But as an adult, my characters can't be richer than me. Come on, man. Unless I cheat them the money, then that's fine. Because, you know, cheating money in real life is called scamming. And scamming could end you up, you know, behind bars. And I'd be dang if I sit the rest of my life behind some bars. Okay. Not me. Oh. A lot of trees look like that. Oh, we too far out. Trees look terrible. Oh, I accidentally took 6. Guess we gotta go for 10 then. Could never hurt to do a lot of good scenery. Go this way. Sunlightable. Okay, there we go. The ground isn't looking too as we go further away. Oh, the trees look bad too. I don't even remember where we originally were. I done went too far. Oh, I think I always do 10 photos of scenery when it comes to Skyrim. Skyrim is too dense of a game, plus with all these mods I got to add more trees. The game is too dense not to do more than, you know, 5 measly photos. One of these days I need to do a GTA photo session. I should make that pretty soon, actually. Maybe I should do that after this, actually. Trying to see what else we can get pictures of. I ain't see the little shrine right here. Got little flowers and stuff. Not what we're supposed to be doing, but the scenery is too great not to right now. Okay, 2 more, so we just gotta find 2 good spots. Scenery is way too nice not to right now, you know what I'm saying? Scenery is important. You can't do photography without scenery. You definitely can, but I like to add a little bit of scenery. There are people who only do photos of people, there are people who only do photos of cars, and there are people who only do photos of scenery. Me personally, I like doing all. That's just the overboard creative side of me. You know? I like making all kinds of beats, I like taking all kinds of photos. So, characters is definitely my main favorite. Alright. Let's get to the next character, shall we? Alrighty, we are on the Archer. I'm trying to find a good cave, but his outfit is kind of similar to the last character we just did, but she got this is kind of an old school outfit. I used to make this character rock a lot, so this is one of my oldest characters. Okay, but not like this. I didn't have this mod back in the day. It makes the Forsworn armor less armor, and yeah, but she always had a cloak. She always had this helmet. She always had these boots. She didn't use crossbows though. At the time she was using the bow. Then I found out the beauty of the crossbow, so that's why I switched her over. You know, still an archer, of course. Just less bow usage, more crossbow. Although for this one, I kind of want her old school bow. Well, shoot, if it's war you want, then it's war you could get. Huh? Yes, sir. That's exactly why I love the crossbow. War you little lizard. It's war you wanted, and it's war you could get. You heard me? Dark Brotherhood. Let me find out Dark Brotherhood sent somebody to kill the Archer, the greatest archer in all of Tamriel. We're gonna find the Dark Brotherhood, and we're gonna empty that whole junk. Of course, that would be something on the gaming channel. As instructed, you are to eliminate in a day, by any means necessary. The Black Sacrament has to be performed. Somebody wants this poor fool dead. We've already received payment for the contact. Failure is not an option. Astrid. Yeah, I see about it. But anyways, head into this cave. Well, actually, we're going to use the outside of the cave for a few, and then inside the cave for some of the rest. It's going to be a 2-parter like I normally do. 5 outside with the full fit, and then 5 inside with less of the fit. Probably, yeah. So obviously she's not gonna need the helmet, the cape, whatever else I decide to remove. Forsaken cave discovered. Okay, I almost ended the recording for some reason. Actually, let's pull the bow out. Okay. What the heck are these fools? Oh, it's the same cats. They coming back. Why they look like they got armor all of a sudden? I don't remember them having armor. They left, grabbed some armor, came back with a full set. You know what I mean? They going to some kind of war. At 20, keep that right there because we don't want too much color. So it's blue enough and she's brown enough. As long as we enhance the skin tone and enhance the world around. Not too much more. Alright, boom. She got the crossbow on her. This is one of my mini range characters. She is one of my older, longest lasting characters. This character right here, if I'm remembering correctly, is like the 2nd character I ever made when I moved over to PC. She's either 2nd or 3rd. I don't remember who I made first. That could be either her or my big sun elf character, Orana. I don't remember who's older. But either way, they're around the same time. So the first character I ever made on Xbox was a Nord, a dark-skinned Nord woman. Okay, that was before I knew how to play the game, so I had no clue what a red guard was and all that extra stuff. I thought you just pick a character and boom, you move on, so I chose the Nord. Made him as dark as possible. Actually, no, I picked the Nord because it said strong and hardy, so I figured, okay, most likely I'm going to be leading the melee route. So I picked a Nord, but then I made her as dark as possible, so she didn't really look like a Nord. She looked like a red guard, actually. That was back in 360. That was 2013 when I first started playing. Then I was playing on console the entire time, having the greatest of time. I'm like, yo, this is the greatest fucking game I ever played. In between GTA, okay. And then 2014, if I'm remembering correctly, was when I had this. I used to have this real crappy laptop I had got from school at the time. I was in high school, so yeah, I was 18. So that's 2014. I was in high school at the time, and they sent us these laptops, trash laptops. But surprisingly enough, it could run Skyrim with very little issues. So I'm like, shoot, let me put Skyrim on this piece, or it could run most games with very little issues. I'm like, if it could run Warcraft, it could probably definitely run Skyrim. So I put Skyrim on the joint, and it did indeed run Skyrim with dang near no issues. So I would play it there, but then that's where the modding came in. I started using mods and stuff. I had Warglaives from Warcraft. I had custom body types. I had fucking, you know, the type of gear she wearing now, where it's vanilla gear, but it's been stripped down to practically nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shoot, I don't know if I'll ever be able to play on console again. I was not. It looks like she's smiling, but I didn't make her to smile. Some of my characters just have naturally pleasant, or not naturally, I made them accidentally pleasant faces. But when I try to go back on the console, I wasn't feeling it. I'm keeping it. Oh, her hands are clipping through the gun. I just realized that. Okay, let me get rid of that. Hold on, what pose is that? I like this pose. Just put the bow back on her. 1627. That off and then put it back on. When I tried to go back to console, it was not working. I ain't gonna lie. The mods spoiled me, man. I couldn't play on console no more. It just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? It just did not feel the same. So I went back over to PC. If I remember correctly, I had a fair bit of crashing issues in Skyrim on that little laptop, but that was about it. And then that's when this character was created, not too long after. What was it? 1620 what? 20, was it 27? I think it was 27. That's a good one, and we'll use that. Lift that sun back up, and yeah, that was it. This character, and then it was another character I had made. It was a white lady. It was an actual Nord. I do not remember who that character was. I didn't keep her because that was on that laptop. When I made these characters, that was when I had a PC. So the first character I ever made when I had an actual PC was a Latina. Okay, that was the first time I had ever made a Latin character. I think I still have pictures of that character. If I remember, it'll pop up. Then I think this character was made after. I'm pretty sure she was made after, because I have very old pictures of this character back when she still had blue eyes. I turned them brown, so I'm like, why did I give her blue eyes? Doesn't really match her. So then I made the big elf. I think I made the elf character third. And then that's when all my other characters came. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of those characters don't exist. Them fools is, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I made them. I ain't gonna lie. These characters are busted. These fools ugly. Some of the pictures though I kept just because of the great scenery I gave some of them. But a lot of the other ones gone, deleted. Okay, disappeared. But yo, what the fuck was I thinking with some of these characters? The only ones that lasted through that entire deletion process was her and the big elf lady. That's it. Everybody else gone. I had 2 dark elves who looked awful. I had a sun elf, another sun elf, who looked awful. I had a couple of Nords and Bretons who looked awful. I had 2 red guards who looked awful. I'm like, I was just creating crap, huh? I was just creating whatever. I think the main thing at that point was I started making characters for builds and not for characters. Because that's when I was really getting into the world of, that's when I was really getting into Skyrim. Because back in the day, when I first started playing, I had my one character. That was it. I didn't play any other characters. I didn't care about any other builds, none of that. I was playing one character and one character only, and she was a two-hand melee build. Or after a two-hand heavy armor melee build. So after that, I'm like, okay, let me make some more classes. And I think that's where it came down. I was just creating characters just to create characters, but I could, you know, finally play and whatnot. So I was gonna do 5 outside and 5 in the cave with a good close-up right here. Gotta have a good close-up. Or on the inside. Depending on how many NPCs are in this cave, so we gotta clean up real quick. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, the other cave, was too dang big. It was a Drogar cave, which is not what I was looking for. And in this cave, just had 2 little trolls in here, man. Well, get my arrows back, man. These caves over here suck. I just so happen to pick a spot with some bad caves, so I'm gonna go on the run again. I don't want a dang cave with covered in blood. I'm looking for like icy caves and crap. I came to an icy zone for icy caves. I'm missing something. I don't know if this is an old mod that I have or some crap, but what the fuck armor is this? I've been playing this game for a hot minute now. I ain't never seen some of this stuff. You read that book, see what that's all about in the journal. Because I'm confused. I've never seen this stuff. Watch this be a dang mod I forgot I downloaded like fucking 70 years ago. Because I have never seen this armor. Hold on, son. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. I still can't find no cave. I've been running around for a hot minute. Dark Seducer's armor. Man, this is a mod. It's gotta be a mod. What the heck? Free who? What the heck is that? I don't know if this is a mod. I don't know what the heck that is. Might not be a mod, I don't know. How you know you download too much crap? I don't know if this is a mod or not. What the heck am I looking at? What is that? I think this is the mod. These sounds. What the fuck mod would this be? I don't remember downloading no crap like this. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. I think I found an icy cave. Might not be the type of icy cave I was looking for. Oh, you know what? Never mind. This is perfect. It's got a campsite and every dang thing. You know, the beauty of igloos and stuff like that, if you didn't know, yeah, I mean, they're very insulated. Therefore, it keeps warmth inside quite well. This will work. I'm just not gonna go any deeper because this is a farmer cave, and as you can see by all the dead bandits, them fools got murked. This is perfect though. We don't need to go anywhere else. Let's go ahead, drop her weapon on the ground. It looks like she's chilling, you know what I mean? And we found our spot finally after after a long time of running around and have ice on there and running around and trying to find a, you know, place to chill. Let's see. Actually, no. Let's move to this side because then we get a farther background with a little bit of flame in the back. It looks nicer. You know what I'm saying? It looks real nice. Looks real nice and fancy back there. Running around for a minute. We finally found a spot. I don't know who I'm gonna use after this. Some big old fucking piles of wood. Drag that up. Run around for a minute killing bears and crap. Many bears and wolves have died on our journey here. A couple of bandits too. Still have absolutely no clue what the heck that what's name was. I don't know if that's a mod or what. I don't recognize it though. Let me back up because she ain't much of nothing. So we gotta be safe here. Got a creep in the background. That's what it always looks like every time we do this. But this is for the safety of not having to spend another 14 hours, you know, censoring. Because ain't nobody trying to do that again. That was rough. Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? That crap was awful. It was necessary, but it was awful. You have to make sure that the censoring bar is following completely. Now, of course, if you have like a motion tracking joint, then you don't have to worry about it as much, but motion tracking joint on the editor I use is a little outdated. It's not the smoothest. Definitely would have took a lot longer had I used that instead of, you know, doing it my dang self. I decided to do it my dang self. Problem is, it's a slow process, but I did get it done. So. Very slow, but it got done. This character right here, though, you know what I mean? This was an easy keep. When I was looking through all my characters, her and Arana were easy keeps out of all my old characters. Although the first character I made, which was the Latina lady, I wanted to keep that character, but I forgot what. Something had happened to her. I had downloaded a mod that gave me more features and stuff, and somehow within that, it completely disfigured her face and her face only. I was completely confused. I didn't think that was even a thing that could or would happen, but it did. And so that character got ruined. So I ended up deleting her. Now that was my main character at the time. But when I created Aaliyah, I'm like, well, shoot, I ain't got no reason to be disappointed. Aaliyah looked better than she did anyway, so you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna lie, because a lot of times when I create my characters, it's about the look of the character. Okay, yeah, builds matter too, but character, hey, the look of the character also matters too. Let's keep it 100 here. Let's not lie. Actually, the first one is good. Let's not lie here. A character, the look of the character is important too. Whether you do predominantly male characters or whether you do predominantly female characters, it all stands the same. You ain't gonna have no busted character on purpose. Okay, and anybody who says, I make all my characters look dumb, well, hey, you know, good for you, I guess. Me personally, I ain't doing that though. You feel what I'm saying? My character's gotta be fancy at all times. It's a male character, he gotta be swaggy at all times. I want nothing less. Okay, swaggy means whatever outfit I make him rock, he gonna look popping in that fit. Like, he gonna look like the realest dude on the block. Alright? And for the female character, she gotta look good in every outfit I put her in. Okay? Simple. Dude's gotta be fresh to death. Female character's gotta be pretty. Simple as that. No mathematics. Simple. Okay, the one time I did purposely play a busted character, I think I said this before, but it was a redhead character I had made back in the GTA 5 days. Back when GTA 5 was worth some crap. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't play him for long. It did not last long. I made the character. I played him a little bit, had a couple of jokes. People was like, yo, this character ugly as fuck, and yada yada. But every time I would log into the character, the worse it got. I'm like, okay, there's no way I can have this man in the roster of my characters. Especially since at the time, you know, I could have easily remade my 360 character, who was a great looking Native American lady, okay? Which is exactly what I did. I had my main character at the time, which some of y'all might remember. That's Avery. Okay, that's the half white, half Asian lady that I played all the time whenever I would upload GTA videos. More than likely, who you'll see if I do a GTA photo session one of these days. You back up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? That dude though, he didn't last. I couldn't take it no more. Every time I log into the character, I'm like, this fool looks stupid. And then at times I wouldn't log into him and I would just see him there. I'm like, alright, you gotta go. The funny moments, you know, it was cool, but I got sick and tired of seeing him. I got sick and tired of seeing him. All my characters gotta be stylish, okay? Oh, I thought her arm was on the bed. It's not. Or the higher up part. It is not. Might work. Her hand is clipping into her leg a little bit, so probably not. I want to make it look cozy, you know what I mean? Cozy. I mean, which it definitely would be. This looks like a cozy place. I mean, I don't know how much I would like the idea of Falmer living underneath me, but, you know, it is cozy. It would be very cozy if the back end of that cave didn't lead down to, you know, your demise. Or where the Falmer could easily walk up here one day and catch you while you're sleeping. So you put like a wire trip there or something. Well, a lot of those Falmers are archers. They're elves, you know. So elves are great archers. If you ain't got it on you, you ain't got the speed, you know, you get snatched up before you even realize it. That might be too much. Okay, no. Her legs might be. Okay, no, the bed is covering up, but I don't know what I would do with that. Alright, I need very specific poses. We got 2 photos left here. Looking for something. Too crazy, you know, she's just chilling. That might be a little too crazy. I mean, it wasn't too crazy, but not that great, you know. It'll work for something else, but like a beach pose or something like that. Oh yeah, I can't play busted characters, and I can't play characters with dumb names. The names comes from online though. Looks, that can be any game, but specifically names if it's where I'm playing an online game. If I'm on an online game where names might be a bit more important, then that's where I'll be like, okay, character has to have, you know, a name that makes sense. Ain't be something, you know, stupid, because that's what the name that people are seeing at all times. Like, you know, I don't want a character named Boogums and crap. Fucking, let's say it's like Warcraft. I can't have a character named, I'm playing a rogue, and I can't have a character named Shanksum or From Behind or something stupid and generic like that. I ain't gonna lie, when I first started playing the game and I would see how many people had names like that, I'm like, why? You would see fucking people every dang where with rogues with names like that. That crap, I could not stand it. And I was a kid too, that's the crazy part. Normally you would think a kid would like goofy, stupid names like that. Not me. I fucking hate it, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that crap was corny. I'm like, can we, not we, because I ain't do it, but when will the goofy rogue names stop? They never did. People still do that to this day. Crossbow is not. I thought maybe it would work a little bit, probably not, because you can't really see a whole lot of it. Kind of just there. It never did stop. You still to this day can see rogues with dumb names like that. It's like I knew a rogue with a name like that. I hated his name. Never told him that, but I hated his name. We were about the same age when we first met. I was like 11, 12. He was like 11, 12. He was in my mom and dad's guild. His name, it's one of those dumb rogue names, because for those who have never played Warcraft before, the rogue is a stealth class. Well, I guess that part is more obvious because that's the whole meaning of rogue. Somebody who's sneaky, stealthy, contract taker, money snatcher kind of person. Right? So, he had a name like that. My character's name, as y'all already know, was Jadam. Just a, you know, is a unique name, but it's a normal name. You could, in rare cases, meet someone with the name Jadam. I mean, after all, you are subscribed to my channel. So, but his was one of those rogue names, you know? It was one of those names. I'm like, ew. But him, it was more understandable because he was a kid. We were, like I said, like 11, 12 years old. It's when it's it's when it's like an adult, you know? It's like you couldn't have thought of nothing better for your rogue. I get it though now, though, as an adult. It's like, you know, you just want a quick name, get your character going, or a name that you find funny. But back then as a kid, I was like, yikes. But even then, though, I'm not gonna lie, I still don't make characters with goofy names. They gotta have a fairly realistic name or a roleplay-like name. Hence why when you see all my characters here, I don't give them like goofy code names. I give them a specific name so that I remember what characters who. I can order their, put all of their stuff in order better. I'm saying you ain't gonna see no. Unless it's like an elf or something, then well, that's where the more roleplay like names come from. For my black and white characters, I usually just give them names that you would hear most black or white people have, or Spanish folks. For my elves, those are the ones who get the crazier RP kind of names. Right, we need one last good pose. That might be the one. Let's see here. I need to make another muscular body. I always do a lot of you know, I need to make a new slim body too. Because I always build different body types that you would see within the world of Tamriel. That would be a thicker person, a more muscular person, a muscular chunky person, a skinnier-ish kind of person. But I never built just a regular slim build. Make a regular slim build. I tried out the male variant, wasn't a fan. It was definitely what I thought it was. You can build bigger, more muscular bodies if you want, but it's more. It's like CBBE for the female characters, but for the male characters in less realism, more, you know, fantasy, and the other F word, not the curse word, not the slur word, I don't know if you can say this word on YouTube, the F-E-T, how you spell it? F-E-T-I-S-H body types. It's like, you know, to each their own, but obviously with my noticeable majority female characters, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not into that. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to make a prettier male characters or male characters with a fantasy build. That is absolutely what that is good for. If you just need a male character that you could show off with a crazy armor and all that, just the vanilla body is perfectly fine. Big Diesel fool, don't need much more than that. That one is definitely more fantasy, guy fantasy characters. I don't have any guy fantasy characters, so can't really you know what I mean, can't really rock with that one. Because at least with the CBBE for the female characters, you can build more normal builds. As you can see, my character has a very normal build. She's muscular, okay, she has strong legs. You know, that's what you get with muscles, okay? She's got strong arms. Alright, she's a little soft too. I mean, because this is the world of Skyrim. You know, this is way, way back before cutting, toning, and trying to be as shredded as you possibly can was ever a thing. You know, that's not what life was about back then. It was all about health. Certain people just wanted to be strong than others, so they would exercise. But they'd be soft. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this character's build is. Okay, as you can see, her chest, they're not absurd. Okay? She got quite a bit of booty, but it ain't absurd. You got great calves. You know what I'm saying? Great thighs, but it's not absurd. It's a very normal build you could see on a human being in this modern day or back in those old days. Especially if it was like a farmer and they gotta move a lot of heavy stuff. With that mod for the male character, it's like all of the fantasy portions, but it's just that. There's not a whole lot of regular stuff, at least from what I could tell. And like I said, if you just need a male character to show off gear with, the vanilla body is perfectly fine. I will gladly stick with that. I have zero, you know, I got zero fantasy male bodies, okay? Zero. For my female characters, I build the bodies they need. Slim, thicker, muscular. I need one that's a little bit more shredded though. It's not the most realistic body within this time frame, within this world and time zone, but I mean, shoot, I can freaking literally put this character in some Jordans right now and put a Mac 11 in her dang hand. I don't think it matters. I could give her a Desert Eagle right now if I just wanted to. So, it doesn't matter a whole ton. I mean, after all, we literally just did do a photo set not too long ago with Aaliyah rocking some modern day Korean style clothing. So, it's not always about the realism. But if we're being realistic, I will stick with the vanilla male body. Alright, let me get my weapon back. And we switch to the next character. That was a full 10. I have no clue who that's gonna be yet. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I could not think of anything for this character, so Ducky, we just gonna do a saucy little snow set. I mean, not like this is anything surprising any dang ways. Our last Cyberpunk video, I mean, I had to censor the character's outfit because of how you know, minimalistic it was. I couldn't think of nothing. This character's a botanist, so there's not very much botany you can do within the winter snow, you know? So, like, Ducky, let's just do a little modeling piece. I ain't did no pictures on her in a hot minute anyway, so she got her little flowy dress on. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't think of crap. I've been sitting here for like the past 30-40 minutes maybe, trying to figure something out. I couldn't. So I'm like, you know what? I wanted to lean along the lines of mostly armored, but then I kind of thought about in the day, she was only armored for half of her photos, so I guess, I mean, the point was to be frozen. I didn't really, I'm looking back at the board, I didn't really specify whether they were supposed to be armored or not. I just said, it just says frozen session, so I guess I just wanted to do a set where all of the characters were in snow zones. This is a snow zone, so it'll work. You know what I mean? It'll work. It'll work. This character's a botanist, so I'm like, how do I make a botanist look like they're trapped within a snowy zone? Kind of hard to do, because you know there's only so many fur outfits in this game. Wait. No. No. I know now. I'm trying to find an outdoor camp, but I can't find one to save my dang. Would you look at that? That was not a part of the setup. I promise you it wasn't. I just came out that dang cave hoping that it was a good cave. There's another bunch of dang Drogar down there hitting hard as fuck, so I ran. I ain't come here for all that. I really didn't know that this was here. I've been looking for this though. This is what I was looking for. Who are you, sir? What do you do? You ain't gonna...
You have questions?
Back me out of nowhere? I didn't want to do a cave again. What the heck? I didn't know those were actual statues that you could have. I'm like... I can't look at him like that. This is his camp after all. But we're about to use it though. I didn't know those were actual statues that you could take and move around. I can lift this? You can.
Careful with that.
Crap out of here, man. You said careful with that. Imagine somebody pull up in your camp and start throwing your stuff around. Like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here. See if I can stand this statue back. I ain't gonna disrespect your statue like that, son. It's actually clean. I'm gonna need one of these on my what's the name? Oh, chill now. What is this, Gmod? You know, one thing I haven't done in a long time is some Gmod photos. I used to use Gmod all the time for car photos, but as time went on, the quality just, it seemed like every time I got on there, the quality just got lower. I don't know how to explain it, but it just, I guess because I started doing more on Forza. Like, I always did photos on Forza, but I started doing more than I usually would. And then I was using BeamNG too for, like, fantasy cars. You know, cars that don't exist. Along with automation. And every time I get on Gmod, it'd just be like, I really could be doing this on Forza, and I would immediately switch to Forza. Shoot, I could also do it on Cyberpunk too. You know, Cyberpunk, I could build my own photo studio. Matter of fact, that's probably what I'm going to do after this. Depending on how much time I'm trying to take. But yeah, the more I tried it on Gmod, I'm like, okay, the quality is just not up to par. There's zero reason for me to be doing this on Gmod when I have Cyberpunk and Forza. And, not everything can reign supreme forever, you know. Gmod lost its touch. You know, that used to be one of my main ways to do car photography. You know, till Cyberpunk came around. That's like right now, I need to get on Cyberpunk because I got 2 cars that doesn't exist in Forza. One doesn't exist in Forza because it actually doesn't, and another because no one will sell the dang thing. Plymouth Fury. You know what I'm saying? So, although one thing I do want to do is I need to drive around Forza more and see if anybody has like a show, if there's like a showroom anywhere. Or maybe I should make one myself. I forgot there are playground maps that you can create. Oh, she's looking down slightly. There we go. There are playground maps. You can create playground maps. I need to make a showroom map, man, so I can, you know, have like an all-white room to take pictures of cars in. That'd be tight. I don't know why. I don't know how I just now thought about that. That's something I probably should have did a long time ago. That would have been swaggy as fuck. What was that? I heard something walking. Oh. Why does it sound like it's on the other side? Where you going, sir? Just a lizard dude chilling, man. Just a lizard dude, man. Out here doing lizard things. Although, I guess Argonians aren't cold-blooded, because I feel like it would be a pretty bad idea for a cold-blooded creature to go in a cold zone. It's a real good way to, you know, freeze. Wouldn't die, but you would freeze. If I'm not mistaken, cold-blooded creatures can chill out in cold zones, can't they? For not too long, of course, but when they do, they freeze up, slow up, and then in the summer, get active again. That's how I think it works. Not 100% sure. I'm not a reptilian fucking... Oh, I don't study reptiles and I'm pretty sure that's how their body works, though. But I also could be very wrong. You know what I'm saying? I also could be very wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I heard. Is the fish are too close because it's not working on the fish. Boom. Yeah, this was the outfit though. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, not this exactly. Well, we all know the fur joint doesn't actually look like this, but I'm like, this'll work. 'Cause this wasn't supposed to be, you know, I mean, obviously it's gonna have its, you know, my characters, all my pretty characters, and they find this and all that, but it was supposed to mostly look like a survivalist type of thing. Either they had to be in some form of armor, icy, you know what I mean? Even if it ain't a lot of armor, it's got to be some form of armor. That last joint was not armor at all. That was modeling stuff. That's not exactly what I was looking for though. Get back because I'm going into them joints. Back it on up. Oh, I'm going. This is a good spot actually. And like I said, I ain't trying to do no extra censoring. That crap took so long, man. I haven't had to censor something in a very long time, so I wasn't used to doing that after all these dang years. Last time I had to censor something was when I did a playthrough for Cyberpunk. You know, them scenes, you know, once them scenes get to going. Yeah, obviously you gotta, you know, you gotta censor that. Unless you just genuinely do not care. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize she was so far away. Goodness. You know what I'm saying? You just do not give a crap. I mean, you ain't gotta censor. But don't be surprised if your video gets snatched up, you know? I haven't had to censor something since I did a Cyberpunk playthrough. You know, them dang scenes. People wanted to see Judy. You know what I mean? People wanted to see Panam. But gotta censor that stuff. And that crap took a long time. But no, those take a long time because the characters are moving. That, with the photography session, that took a long time because there was a lot of footage that needed to be censored. But it's still about just as time consuming, just as long. But it comes a part of the territory, you know what I'm saying? It didn't get restricted, but it would have gotten restricted within ads. If I wanted to put ads on it, it would have got restricted. The actual video didn't, but the ads would have. So I'm like, you know what, let me just play it safe and let me just censor the whole dang thing. The fuck? Let me just censor the whole dang thing. Let's not even waste time, you know what I mean? Because when it comes time to put ads on that joint, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I ain't going to censor it then. Rather censor it now than then, you know? What the heck is happening? Why is she moving so dang much? I don't know where she actually is. This is horrible. Why is this happening? Because she's actually technically standing. It won't let me move her into the what's name. See if I time it right. Go at a good angle. Work. Ah shoot! I needed the sunlight. There was no sunlight. If we go about this angle right here, you know what I mean, you won't even be able to tell. Although she's getting drowned out by the sunlight. The downside to pale characters. Alright, that's not gonna work the way I wanted it to. Too much light. Articles on boats and crap. Dude, we're trying to do a little couple of seated joints. This is a good sized box here. So once you slap the ads on it, Google will be like, this video is perfect, and they'll run your ads. If it's not, they'll send you a message, let you know like this. We couldn't put ads on this. It's too much. It's not safe for viewer consumption. Now, of course, you know, when your subscribers and all that get higher, they'll bend the rules because they'll get money from your video as well as you do, of course, obviously. But when you ain't got a lot of subscribers, you ain't getting paid, they ain't trying to bend no rules with you. You gotta follow the line until then. Follow the line until then, you know. So for the meantime, you know what I'm saying, this is why I upload fairly often, because until then, you know, once I can start getting paid, it's going to be more of a regulated upload schedule. So, I mean, I don't upload like super often, but often enough so that I can build the channel back up. Not so much to where I'm drowning y'all in content like I did with the Warcraft channel, where I was uploading twice a day. 5 times a day, technically, if you count the shorts. Oh, that's the difference. That's the difference. Oh, wait. Alright. Uploading 5 dang times a day. Ridiculous. It helped. But, you know. I know some folks are probably thinking like maybe it's burnout, maybe you're doing too much with the Warcraft channel. Definitely not burnout. Because then I would be burnt out on recording these, in which I'm not. My booty kind of hurt. I need to stand back up, but other than that, I'm good. It's, you know, recording Warcraft videos for 15 years when it's not the main thing you actually wish to do. Much different than recording these. I have zero issues when recording these. It's like I said in my previous video, this is something I'm absolutely going to do. I always get on games and do pictures. I do Call of Duty fucking photography. Because those maps is pretty as fuck. It would be criminal not to, you know what I'm saying? Great looking maps on those Call of Duty games. Mostly just the modern ones though. Call of Duty 2019, Modern Warfare 2019 and above. Not really much of the old stuff. The quality of them just ain't good enough. I'm sure there's a few good maps on there that would be great to do pictures of, but that means I would have to buy those. All I got is Black Ops 2. Oh, and Black Ops 1. Those are the oldest I can go. Problem is, it's just not going to be quality enough. I might mess around with it, though. I could probably enhance some photos my dang self. It's not like I don't do it all the time anyways. Not like that's like something I don't do. But I'm gonna have to do that for the one cyber... Oh wait, I'm in the worst spot possible for if a pose go wrong. The heck am I doing? I did a cyberpunk photos with one of my characters on of her on the beach, and the colors were a little drowned out because I wanted to keep the volumetric fog on. You know what I'm saying? It comes with the territory. You want volumetric fog, you got to deal with you know, what's it called? You got to deal with grayish pictures. Oh, I gotta enhance and fix that any day. Why is the full depth not working? Okay, there we go. Oh, she's not looking directly. I'm looking. Thumbs up with her eyes right there. I don't know what the dilly is with that. But she's looking in two different directions. She might have a slight bit of a slight lazy eye going on here. I ain't know. I ain't know. Turn her toward the sun. Oh, you know, handsome photos. That ain't new. So I'll probably hop on an older Call of Duty and mess around with that. There's a lot of good old maps on there. I could probably do some pictures of. That'd be kind of tight. Where is the sun? I don't see the sun. I just see sun rays. I'm not really feeling that pose. I face the sun. I'd rather make it be something else. I probably should though. Like, some of them old school maps were nice. Not to play on. But maps like Black Ops 2's Aftermath. That map was not good to play on. I mean, I massacred people on that map, but it was a trash map. However, picture purposes, would probably be a pretty dang good map. For picture purposes, it'd probably be pretty poppin'. Turn her this way. The severity of her pale skin with the severity of the light from the sun is not cooperating very well. There we go. Sun rays back. Downside to pale characters is, you know, sunlight ain't all that popping. I mean, the sunlight is overly popping, especially on the character. For a darker tone character, you wouldn't have any issues, you know what I'm saying? But then again, at the same time, you know, obviously a darker character, you're gonna struggle in darker zones a little bit sometimes. Sometimes. Really on this game, though. That's why I got the face. Well, that used to be a problem. Never mind. I'm talking about old things I used to deal with. That hasn't been a problem in ages. That was a problem of long ago. That was a problem of an old era of taking Skyrim screenshots. Almost says Cyberpunk. It's never exactly been an issue on Cyberpunk because there's always been ways to add lighting. Because the game has always had lighting models. It was rough back then though doing it that way, but it worked. It worked. Then I just got even better at it. It didn't help that for a long while I had a fucking shiny skin mod on my characters back in the old days doing Cyberpunk photos, not realizing that it definitely isn't making them look better. Unless you're doing a specific set of photos where it's supposed to be, you know, lit up. Which a lot of the times was not the case. I would be doing pictures of characters and they would be fucking shiny as fuck for no dang reason. And then I realized this is oh crap, her hand is floating. I realized that it was ultimately destroying the quality of a lot of my photos. Oh, gotta hide that hand. Oh, nothing. Floating. Once I realized that, then I turned that crap off and my pictures got much, much better again. But for the longest time, I did not realize how badly that was doing my images. It was real bad too. My fool self wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh man, the quality is so clean, but something's off about my characters. Dang shiny skin mod, that's what was off. Once I realized that, I only use it for whenever, oh, this thing. Sunlight is not cooperating. That's because it's going through her. Oh shoot, that could be something new I might have to find. That crap going straight through her. I don't care for the angle. I only use it for when I'm doing specifically beach themed photos for my character. So obviously if they at the beach and they in the water. Then of course, you know, the shinier skin makes sense then. But when I used to use it just to use the crap, man, I was messing up a lot of my photos and didn't realize it. Not realize how bad I was doing my dang photos, dude. As they say, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So I got that down packed though. All my crap is clean as it ever was. I had all the shininess was gone. Like I use a shinier skin mod in this game, but it works because as you can see, it's a very slight shine. It's a healthy skin shine. Yeah, I know they're within the era of Tamriel, where shiny, healthy skin was far from common. Okay, you be seeing people today and they ain't got be shit, and they skin don't be shiny and healthy. But you know, when it's this light, it works better for the character. Versus when it says, much as I had in Cyberpunk, it's not, it ain't good, it ain't healthy looking. Maybe shiny as fuck. Like, that ain't shiny. That's, you just fucking jumped in a pool shiny. I gotta be realistic, you know? Need three good poses here, but I'm not sure what to go with. Let me back up. Just in case, you know what I'm saying? This work? Make sure the sunlight ain't changing too much. We had it way higher than that. I'm gonna say right about there is good. Yeah, so once I figured that out though, not sure what I'm gonna do after this. Probably will just take some more photos. Why not, you know? That's always been my one thing too with the with my whole photography is it's always an activity for me. Anytime I'm bored, anytime I don't know what to do, what's the first thing I think about doing? Some dang photos, dude. Or some beats, you know what I'm saying? It's either some photos or some beats. Never let me hop on a game and just do nothing and just play it. Unless I need to move forward within a game. Kind of like... all the way down. Kind of like, I need to finish, Far Cry and Warframe. So that I can... Warframe, I need to move forward so I can unlock a skin. The problem is I don't know how long it would take to unlock that said skin. And then, I don't know which direction she looks. This is very clearly a shoe and or what's the name pose. Be looking straight down, which would have us underneath for the toes. Now the main problem is I don't think I care for the pose. We got 2 more to go. They gotta be superb. Okay. Gotta be superb. And then for Far Cry, I just need to finish that so I can get back to doing some photos on there. Because with Far Cry, if you do it, if you get mods too early, it breaks missions. So I'm in a bad spot. So what happens with Far Cry is the very first mission breaks if you have any mod on, any dang mod. The problem with Warframe is, in order to unlock certain skins might be far more grindy than I realized. Now, somebody said you can just do what's names and get platinum. But you have to sell stuff for platinum, I think he said. I'm gonna test that out, see how that go. And you know, if it work, it work. If it don't, then shoot. Guess we're gonna have to do some scenery. The game is pretty as fuck, so I'm gonna mess around with it. It's just I would prefer not to be stuck in an infinite grind if I do not have to be. Because I definitely ain't trying to be, that's for sure. But then again, at the same time, the game is so dang nice, I would like to actually use it for photos and whatnot, as it is genuinely a great looking game. You know what I'm saying? It is genuinely a great looking game. Problem is, you know, long grinds and crap like that. Trying to avoid that a bit. I would prefer not to be sitting around trying to grind for a skin for like 16 years straight. That, my good peoples, is a full 10. My butt hurt. I need to get the fuck up, and I am semi-hungry, so I might grab me a fucking glass of milk and maybe a snack. Nothing too crazy. It's a very filling breakfast I had. But other than that, well, that was a long time ago, actually. What time is it? Oh, it's 4:54. Oh, big block, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Look. This is the last photo session of this month. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. Share with your people. Join the legendary clan sport channel. Become legendary. I do all things photography and cinematics. Virtual, real life, sometimes AI. Make sure you check out Instagram. That's where I upload most of these photos. DeviantArt, that's the stuff that's just a little bit too much for what's the name, Instagram. And by the time this is up, I'll most likely have my Patreon up and running. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, though. I'll see. I mean, obviously it's gonna be for my photos, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Of like, you know, I know there's because like tiers, you could do tiers and all that stuff. I probably wouldn't do multiple, probably just do like one, and just keep it general. But yeah, with that being said, I'm out.